Okay, so this bullshit mystery has gone from just a simple thievery to cold-blooded murder in the confines of 2 episodes. So, give me a sec to munch on a few more wafer cookies. These are good. You can get them at your local Walgreens for like $1. One sec. I'm coming. Okay, so now I can be as loud as the hell I want. I've been kind of holding back. Let's continue. Unfortunately, my roommate's going to the hospital, but now I got this. My ever-loyal associate. We must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh ho, Miss Felice! I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the 5th and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than... Hildebrand Mander? Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter, stating that a position in the committee had opened, and that I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Felice. But there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress. And as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand by your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector! Over here! Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Bayan, let's split up and canvass our surroundings. Here we go. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. trust no one, and your friends all the less. This will avail you well. Use it wisely.
Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Bayan! I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you.
Yeah, not to get...
Oh ho, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn. And now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or this is but another trap laid by the fiend. Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for the utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit of over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased.
Something tells me this is definitely not going to end well. Something just tells me. But let's take a look-see. Whoops, wrong person.
If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the imposter beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Bayan. What say you have a few words with each of them, and see if all seems amiss?
Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion. And yet, I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those... things. Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She serves to fooled me.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say. It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the rouse.
Curses! This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence.
I questioned the Sultan's one outside. To a man, they insist they've seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father! What brings you here?
Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now if you would kindly stand still and shut up. The fiend already stands among us.
Inspector Briardian! I should hope you are not doubting me!
Well, I am quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Bayan here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party. But worry not. They should be reporting back within the bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you to the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be.
I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Felice. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's fate bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Bayan here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I should begin by questioning my own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on. Ask me anything. Of all the times for this stuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If you ask me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown.
My relationship with Nashu is so close. I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. And if this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I'm Amanda Manderville. What?
Man!
Doing what only a Manderville
can.
From the peaks of Kurthus to Thanalan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score. You may rest easy, my dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, undubitably the true Nashu.
I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you.
Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... genius inspector?
The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Hey, don't look at me! Miss Ellie, you look somehow different? Yeah, that's not Ellie. Alright, who is this bitch?
Seven hells! Done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers!
Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet...
Consulting Inspector Briardian. Once again you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You may call me Sissy. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildin aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show. Oh, and those priceless relics was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to the heights of celebrity.
Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes?
Justice! 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate.
Wait. The histories say that it was Sildir that turned their own men into zombies.
The histories lie! And you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Uldan that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie!
What is this madness you speak, woman?
Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would kill to keep buried beneath the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes. Before long you, and everyone in this rotten nation, will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew.
And just what do you mean by that?
Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will soon see soon enough, while they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened? By assembling 4 secret relics from Beladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildir, before Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when the zombie powder rained down on Uldan. No, wait, you'll be dead!
Preposterous! Oh, now what?
But first, you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all your rotten lies!
I think not, Miss Cece. Hildebrand! Hildebrand!
You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? God but Manderville! I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day!
Oh! With the frying pan! I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows! It was you, my dear wife! Bayan Chihuahua! Damn, she is like a ninja with that frying pan! Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Bayan. The time for our final confrontation is nigh! Oh! What?
Do you have poppadoms for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed! You! Bayan or something, was it?
Oh boy.
Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ye. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here. And look what it got to me. You'll help me out, won't he?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him! He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A vial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversoul rags, and a vial of twice distilled water. Syntax at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him!
In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch! That's smart! Ye gods, Hildy. You're looking no untoo hearty yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf! Now, are you going to accompany your Bayan here and make yourself useful? Or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall?
But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Syntax sundries, was it? Come now, Bayan. There's work to be done. Yeah, I think we're all scared of Hildebrand's mom. I think if there's one thing we can agree on, it's that we're all frightened of Hildebrand's mom right now. Oversoul rags, you say? I fear that I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah! And you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets.
Oh, wrong voice again. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share.
My lady, you are far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Bayan here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts.
Oh, take me if that wasn't the Veil of the Tempest! Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. A kind sentiment, my good man. But we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Bayan? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Guest.
I know where to go. First, we'll head back to the Weavers Guild. Excuse me. And now back to the Chamber of Rule.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Then we'll go down the stairs. Here he is.
The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves. Yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. And now, I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep.
After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No. My love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, my lady. May I have this dance? And look at that. We're running into everybody today. Bayan, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens! The poor inspector!
Well, if it isn't the lapis maiden in the flesh. What say you bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventurers and show a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Bayan with a bottle of twice distilled water he seeks.
You know this man? Bah! If that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Bayan, we must deliver these goods to while there is still time to save him. Yep, let's hurry and revive the poor idiot.
I trusted to he wouldn't dare come back empty-handed.
There you go, oversoul rags and thrice distilled water.
Bloody brilliant! I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. You bloody bugger! Guide my skillet! Aye, that should stop it spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him.
Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane.
Boy, did that not feel good!
Yes, I'm sure it did. Bayan, word has it that Ellie has been sighted in the Sildin ruins. We must go there with all haste.
You've done well, my dear. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the heaven hells are you standing around for? The future of Udar is at stake!
Alright, we're going. Bayan, my strength is yours as well. For Udar, and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband. What with you having more muscles and sense? If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the market and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am a warrior, not in a... Yes, my lady. Yeah, Hildebrand... Yeah, we all know Gilgamesh doesn't want to be on the receiving end of that frying pan. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Bayan. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Bayan and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels. But you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Bayan could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words, and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! Yeah, that... Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals! Where have they gone? Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice... could it be? My faithful companion! Why must you always make me wait so?
Oh, great. I totally forgot that my inventory was frickin' barren. Well, let's discard something that's not of value. Particularly these antique craps. Just... Nope. I should have emptied my inventory before I got here, but... Alright, let's continue. You know what? On second thought, let's take a quick break, and we will be back.